What is up, tadpoles, and welcome to week 3 of the SBC. This time we're facing off against the Terrible Time Trio, coached by King Snorlax, and he's got a mono ghost team, very fitting for his team logo. Look at them eyes. But his team consists of Aegislash, Blacephalon, Chandelure, Cursula, Delmise, Dusknoir, Giratina, Haunter, Jellicent, Rotom, Sandygast, and Spectrier. Now, ghosts are known for having their low HP, so yeah, pretty they can be dealt with pretty easily is what I was gonna say. But some of these mons are actually really bulky, so kind of deceptive in that. Now let's go over his strengths. So his strengths are that he has very good speed control, damage reduction, hard hitters, and bulk, and he has the potential for a perish endgame. So let's start with speed control. So first of all, he has Trick Room, and like as you can see, 6 of his mons learn Trick Room. I could be wrong about that, even more mons, because ghost types just learn Trick Room and psychic type moves all the time. I don't know, it's just how it works. Bulldoze is learned by Spectre, and Rotom has Electro Web. So right there, if he wants to go slow, he can for sure go slow. And Trick Room does not match up well into my team. I'm meaning my team doesn't do well against Trick Room that well. Yeah. But Solgaleo does have Trick Room itself, so I could use that to my advantage. I don't know. Plus, I have P2, so it's like, okay, whatever. We'll see about that. Then he has damage reduction. Obviously, a lot of ghosts learn Will-O-Wisp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of his 12 mons learn Will-O-Wisp. Spectre learns Snarl, and Strength Stab, which is a really, really, really good move, is learned by Cursula and Jellicent. Now, Jellicent has the Water Absorb ability, so it'll be really, really annoying for mons like Pelipper, like Swampert, like Beartic, who all run water moves in general. Then we could talk about the fact that he could run screens just to give himself even more bulk with Rotom or Cursula. I don't think Cursula is like the best option just because his defense is really good. Even if he goes like max HP, max defense, I don't think that's a viable set with like, I don't know, Strength Sap, Will-O-Wisp, and like Nightshade, and then be like super bulky on both sides of the spectrum. I don't think that's a good set. It's just kind of a waste of a mon because it'll probably just get two shot by Shadow Ball or Phantom Force. But yeah, and then he has the Perish Song endgame with Cursula. Cursula has the ability Perish Body, so if you get hit, it's a 33% chance, I believe, to get perished on that specific Pokemon. So you have 3 turns to live, and then Haunter can just spam Perish Song. So there is that. And then he has hard hitters and bulk. So his hard hitters would be things like Spectre, like Delmise, like Chandelure, like Blacephalon, and then his bulk is probably like Aegislash. I guess Aegislash is on both sides of the spectrum because it switches its defense and offensive stats. And then Giratina can be either or based on which form he decides to use. Haunter has really good special attack for a non-fully evolved Pokemon. Rotom has pretty good special attack. Jellicent is there for just to be bulky and annoying. Same thing with Dusknoir. It doesn't have that good of an attack stat, but it can be used. And he can kind of just stall us out and slowly chip away at my team and while he heals back up. So we kind of gotta watch out for that. Now let's get to the chart. So Dragapult has a phenomenal matchup in this week. Just because it's a ghost type, it's faster than all of his mons, and he could run a Scarf Mon, so we got to be careful. But Dragon Claw hits Giratina for super effectively, and he doesn't have a Fairy type, so it just hits really pretty much everything. And then Phantom Force will be doing a stupid amount of damage to every single one of his Pokemon because he's running a Mono Ghost type team. Now, Porygon 2 is also really good in this matchup. He's super bulky. He's a normal type, so he's immune to all those Ghost type attacks. Persian is good because it resists all those Ghost type attacks. So he can go for Parting Shot, Taunt, Snarl, all things that all of his Ghost types do not like. And then Pelipper is really good because for those Fire types that he might bring, as we see here, he might bring Blacephalon or Chandelure, and Pelipper having that Rain will mitigate the Fire type damage that I will be taking. I was thinking Moltres could be good here because of the Fire types, because of Delmise possibility, and then I was like, nah, it's not that good. Same thing with Slurpuff. Like Slurpuff can do stuff. He can do Sticky Web, but he can just set up Trick Room, so Sticky Web doesn't help us. He also has Charm, but like he only has like most of his mons are actually special, other than like Dusknoir, maybe Giratina and Delmise. So there's that. Beartic has a pretty good matchup here. It's faster than pretty much everything in Swift Swim, unless he runs like Scarf something. So if he does run Scarf something, we'll know about it, and then we could deal with it accordingly. Double is also good here. It's not the best here. It can be good here because it has Payback. It has Body Press. Body Press obviously is not good in this matchup because they're all Ghost types and I can't touch them. But it cannot set up Cotton Guards, and it could be a niche Pokemon, but I decided not to bring it in the end, as you will see. And then the bad matchup, I decided not to bring Solgaleo at all, not to risk it, because it's just like super weak to Ghost, and I don't even want to bother. Uh, Another week that Thwacky is on the bench just because of those really hard hitting fire types. And then Manectric doesn't really do well, even though it has that fire electric coverage, but doesn't really help us here. We probably want to be running rain anyway. So there's that, and let's get to the team. Here we are. Sorry, not that, this. So let's start from this side of the team builder today. So we're gonna run Focus Dash at Beartick just because we didn't have Focus Dash on anything else. And that way we can hit as hard as possible. So with 244 Adamant, we can actually outspeed Spectrier, which is the fastest mon on his team, in rain. So we have Protect, Liquidation, Icicle Crash, and Aqua Jet. Icicle Crash will be doing really good damage to Giratina, and then Liquidation will be doing really good damage to anything except for like Delmice, and then Icicle Crash deals with that. The only thing I'm kind of afraid of is Jellicent, just because it has Water Absorb. But even with Water Absorb, and if you go like max defense, Icicle Crash will still be doing like a 3-8 KO, I think. Just because Vertic has like 130 base attack. So we have to watch out for Will-O-Wisp and things like that. Giratina could even run what's that dragon type move that a dragon type move that lowers attack. I always forget what it's called. Breaking Swipe. Yeah, it could run Breaking Swipe, which has a 100% chance to lower your foe's attack by 1, but I doubt he'll do that. So yeah. Next up, we got Persian. I'm running a Chople Berry just in case he does run something like Focus Blaster or Aura Sphere on his ghost types. And we got Taunt, Parting Shot, Snarl, and Protect. I was thinking maybe we could run a Citrus Berry, but I think this is fine. This is enough speed to outspeed Blacephalon, I believe. So then the rest into Spadef. Just a good all-around sponge for all those special type attacks, even physical, because of that fur coat ability. Parting Shot is also really good for pivoting, and then Snarl is always good against super effect against those dark types. We get stab, and it lowers special attack. So yeah. Next up, we got AV Pelipper showing its face again today, and we have 60 Spadef, which allows us to live a Shadow Ball from Blacephalon, I believe. Yeah, because that was the hardest hitting mon on his team. Then we got Scald, Hurricane, U-Turn, Knockoff. Knockoff is really good for all those annoying bulky mons that could do annoying stuff to us, like knock off their berries, knock off their leftovers, knock off their offensive items, even Assault Vest or whatever. And we just put the really offensive spread, so it can sponge up hits just because it's pretty bulky with the Assault Vest, and it's just here to spread rain and pivot out, and then use knockoff to mess up their items. Now we got Porygon 2 with Eerie Impulse, Recover, Shadow Ball, and Trick Room, running actually a pretty offensive one here. And with the down ability, we do have a chance to get a special attack raise, but we're probably gonna get an attack raise just because Ghost types special attack is special defense, sorry, is usually higher, so therefore we'll get an attack raise. So that's not good. We could be running the trace ability, but wouldn't really help us. What would we get? Like flame body pressure? I don't know, something like that. And then yeah, now we got the star of the show with the Cassie Berry. We originally had Life Orb, but we decided to go Cassie Berry just because if he does run Scarf something and he does hit us with a like a Shadow Ball, which is probably the most likely move, the most yeah most yeah how do I even phrase that? The most likelyable. I don't even know. I'm so tired. It's like 10 p.m. and I'm like making a ton of videos in one day so that you guys can have weekly content. But yeah, besides the fact we're running enough speed to outspeed Spectre. Beartic does outspeed Dragapult if he is in the rain. We got Sucker Punch, Phantom Force, and Dragon Claw. Phantom Force is probably going to be the main move that we're going to be using, just because it is really good and it breaks Protect, so we can't even like do anything against it. And it'll be hitting really, really hard. It's not going to one-shot anything, but with max attack, it's going to be doing a lot of damage. And then last but not least, we're probably not going to be bringing double this week, but it does have Payback, Swords Dance, Baton Pass, and Con Guard. This was a set that Adrenaline, my coach, decided to pitch to me, and I was like, it's okay, but I don't think you should bring it. Just bring it for team preview, because he'll be like, oh, he has another normal type, and he might want to bring it might make our opponent want to bring the fire types just because the fluffy ability makes you uh super effective, makes fire time is super effective against you, but we're running bulletproof just because we don't want to be focus blasted. But yeah, so that's the team. The possible leads could probably be like Pelipper, Beartic, or even Persian Alola Beartic. I was talking to Adrenaline. We probably want to run even Beartic without rain. We can run like Persian Beartic and then P2 Dragapult. That's probably what we want to do game one. And if he goes like fire types, then we can go Pelipper and deal with that. But yeah, based on what he does game one, we'll figure out game two and then go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.